Welcome to Around Table, the new and improved show where we have all the same microphone setup and arm cranes. We're legit.
Yeah, we are.
We are a legit podcast now. If you're listening, though, you can't tell the difference.
No.
But if you're watching, you can. This is the episode where your favorite guests from the Wreck My Podcast get together around this beautiful wood round table and talk about nothing and everything. I'm here with my guest this week. He thinks an innuendo is an Italian suppository. It's Cam.
Beep-a-da-boop, they put it in my butt.
There you go. She tried to climb a glass wall to see what's on the other side. It's Kate.
Hi.
That was meant for Krager, so it's a little bit more mean when it's not Krager.
It's okay.
He takes a ruler to bed to see how long he sleeps. It's Joe.
Sure, that's what that's for.
And I just installed airbags on my computer in case it crashes. I'm your host, Jordan. Those are dumb things.
Those are dumb. I like
Yeah,
them.
those are really
No, that
dumb.
was a good
Those are
one.
like most of the jokes I remember
Remember
the Yo Mama show?
Yeah.
Yeah, a
With
lot of,
Wilmer Valderrama.
Yes, I stole a lot of these jokes from
That's
those
a good
Yo
one.
Mama jokes. So it's great.
Joe brings the child size ruler that only has 3 inches on it.
Yeah.
So that way I just break the ruler.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It
hell
makes
yeah.
you feel better about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
I always wonder what the protractor was for at his bed. But,
Yeah.
hey, when you're
Right,
trying...
you got to make sure you get that right angle.
Yeah, or you have the compass where you put the dot on one and
And
do
then
the
Oh,
circle.
no, you put the needle inside your urethra
and then
get
you
your circumference.
Circle around. Oh, God.
Don't do that.
Madison,
Don't do that.
never mind. I'm not even going to bring this up about
Madison would love this.
No, I was going to say Madison was telling me a story about a video she watched where they were talking about sex toys, like ones that she never heard of. And one of them was those steel rods that dudes
that go
stick
in your
the
urethra. Yeah.
And that makes me feel gross every time I say that word.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
I
Yeah.
feel like that'd be painful and not even have
Same.
one of those.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would get grossed out every time someone said steel rod to me, too.
Steely Rod.
It's my favorite band.
So let's talk about something here first. So there was a group at Trivia on Wednesday where they were called Not on Wreck My Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one of
Yeah.
them said they were a listener.
Yeah.
I believe it was the girl. I think they were a
It was
couple.
the girl.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because I didn't go up and talk to them afterwards. And we were joking about giving them a sticker. So if you are listening, if you are actually a listener and weren't just saying that, and you're going to be at Trivia again, go DM me on the Instagram and just let me know you're going to be there on that night, and I'll bring a sticker for you.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hey, finding people who actually listen to us in the real world, in the natural world, that's super cool and fun.
Yeah, I thought they were just being a smart ass
Me
because
too.
I brought it up a couple times.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Rick my podcast, whatever, right? Because I was hosting.
Yeah.
And then they showed up late and then put on that was their team name. And I was like, haha, funny. And they're like, no, we actually listen.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. So I appreciate
I think that's
that.
cool. Anyone listening, if you DM us telling us you're going to Pocock Trivia on Wednesday, let us know. We'll
give
bring
you a
you
sticker.
something.
Yeah, I think I only have 2 left, so I might have to order a few more.
Yeah.
I would order some.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to order a few more. I was just kind of waiting for a reason to, and this might be the reason to.
Yeah.
So let's move into our first segment, which everyone knows ends up being a Would You Rather question.
Would you rather? Krager has syphilis.
Yeah, that's
why he's not here.
That's why he's not here. He had to take it easy today.
Yeah.
So, would you rather be 4 feet tall or 8 feet tall?
8 feet tall.
Nope. 4 feet tall.
4 feet tall. I'm pretty close to 4 feet already, so
You are
Well,
not.
that's why I picked 8 feet, is because I'm already
You're
closer
already
to 8
close to
feet
that.
than I am 4 feet.
yeah. So here's the thing: 8 feet is ridiculous because
Yeah.
we see people who are like 7 feet that are basketball players, and they're having trouble just living in the real world. I can't imagine another foot on top of that.
Okay, here are your other two professional options for that size. Okay, 4 feet,
Ewok.
Ewok,
R2.
jockey, R2,
Yeah,
right?
jockey. Hey, I'd be a jockey.
Okay.
I wear jockey.
8 feet, 8 feet, professional volleyball, professional basketball. I could be the world's tallest tight end in football. I could do anything like that. And then my knees will explode when I'm 24.
Yeah.
Either
which was
way, in
5
both
years ago.
situations, you're not going to have a long lifespan no matter what.
No.
Well, 8 feet tall. Yeah, your
Well,
blood
no, like
won't get
little
to your heart.
little dogs live forever. Maybe little people live forever.
yeah,
I don't
but
know.
older dogs die faster because
Yeah.
they're larger.
Yeah.
And
Is
also,
that-
being
that's-
alive sucks. So yeah, 8 feet.
All right, nihilism over there.
It's me.
So here's the thing, though. Do short people actually die earlier? I thought that only taller people died earlier.
I have no idea. I'm going off no scientific fact, and my
Do we know a
my
tiny
only
person?
science came
I don't
from
think so.
dog lifespans.
Yeah,
which
so
is not relatable
I don't think
to
I've
humans.
ever known someone.
A little
who's
person?
Yeah, a little person. Is it tiny person? Not
No,
right?
it's a little
little
person.
Sorry,
Uh,
sorry.
I
I
don't-
thought I was being politically correct.
Yeah, I mean, Also, who you gonna offend our little people base?
Well, I definitely know Pee Wee listens, which is not a politically correct nickname for yourself, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Pee Wee. Yeah, little pipsqueak over there.
The minuscule muncher over
Yeah,
there.
the minuscule muncher.
A recent study came out of the UK stating that shorter people typically live longer than taller people.
Oh, okay.
There you
because
go.
they are more likely to carry a gene that protects them from the effects of aging, scientists have revealed. The so-called longevity gene has been proven to enhance the lifespan in animal tests, but has never been linked to variations in height in humans.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, that's cool.
I would rather be 4 feet then.
I'll take 8 feet.
I'll take
All right.
8 feet too.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll rock
So,
the
here we go,
center
4
position
feet.
on a basketball
Play
court.
center. I don't care how slow I am. All you
Yeah.
gotta do is put your arms up.
Well, I will enjoy my long life after you're gone.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
It's okay. I'll live it to the fullest.
You know that heroes live forever, but legends never die.
Oh.
That's from The Sandlot.
That's true. It is from The Sandlot.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a similar saying in Days of Thunder or whatever that movie was with Tom Cruise with the cars?
Oh, when he plays Cole Trickle, the NASCAR driver?
Yeah. Isn't there like a similar saying in that movie?
I don't know. I know that there's a saying from Talladega Nights where it says, if you're not first, you're last.
That
Yes.
too.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
That movie's great.
Well, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning.
Yeah, it's true.
What is their catchphrase? Crackle pop. What do they say
What? For
in Talladega Nights?
Rice Krispies?
No.
No.
Shake and bake?
Shake and bake. That's it.
Crackle and pop.
I was like, it's something.
Yeah, I'll take 8 feet also just because, I'm already 6'3".
Yeah.
I have a personal chip on my shoulder because if I never took my growth hormone injections because I'm growth hormone deficient, I would be 4'2" right now.
So you're a modern day Captain America.
I really am. I'm a super soldier.
Yeah.
With 2 fucked up knees and a wonky eye.
Hey, you're just you're the abomination.
I am.
So super
Yeah.
soldier gone wrong.
Yeah.
There you go. You're Chris Evans, just without America's ass.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like
I don't have America's ass.
no, no one does except for Chris Evans. I feel like being 4 feet would be better though because you could fit in tiny places. You would never the plane would feel giant
Right?
when you
You'd
have to travel.
so much foot room in there.
Yeah, like you could get a smart car and it would be like an SUV.
Yeah, but do you want to reach things on the shelf at a grocery store?
Do you want to have to
Dude.
carry a step stool with
No,
you?
that's when
That's
you
my life. I carry one in my truck.
that's when you learn though to walk on stilts. So you get like 2 foot stilts,
Oh,
and
no.
then when you go out, you're just like, now I'm a 6 foot.
No.
Except your arms are still tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd just be a stilt T-Rex.
Yeah, stilted T-Rex. Let's move into our next segment because we're all waiting for this.
All I wanna do is drink
Ham.
beer for breakfast. All I wanna eat is
How would you go about drinking a ham?
Oh, you got to blend it first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, will it blend?
Have you ever had a ham smoothie?
No.
Yeah, no.
I've had a beer that tasted like a ham dinner before.
I've never drinking a ham smoothie either.
I was
you
just
go.
about to
There's
ask you
just
that and be like, what does it taste
Cam
like?
would definitely drink a ham.
I've never
smoothie.
blended ham on a dare ever.
Don't
in my
breathe
life.
this.
Yeah, don't breathe this.
All right then. So Joe brought us this awesome beer. Give us a pop. That was all right. I
Because
give
these
it a.
microphones are different than our old ones.
That's true. No, your microphone's been the same
Nuh-uh.
forever.
Let's see who can make the best one.
Oh, all right, Kate, your turn.
Okay. If I don't spill it on myself.
Ooh, that
That was the best
and
one
it even
thus
had a
far.
So
pop
far.
with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
stuff. Too. All
Splatter.
right, my turn.
Ooh, I think Jordan won it.
Yeah.
I had the. Tss in
Jordan
there.
got that
I think
one.
Jordan got it.
All right, so this beer is called Trejo's Cerveza. That's right. Danny Trejo has a beer.
Yeah.
So Joe, tell us about this since you brought it.
So it's called Trejo Cerveza, crafted and brewed here in Los Angeles at the Lincoln Beer Company. Trejo's Cerveza
I've
is
never
a,
heard of Lincoln Beer Company here.
Yeah, same.
have I.
Where is that?
Burbank.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. I thought it was going to be like Lincoln Heights or something.
Yeah.
They have their own tap room in Burbank as well.
Cool.
Trejo Cerveza is a badass as its namesake. This beer perfectly represents El Jefe and LA culture with its bold, cool, and distinctive taste. The straw-colored lager is refreshingly crisp and clean and embodies everything that makes Mexican beer so damn good. Trejo Cerveza is smooth and unexpected and is always the life of the party. Along with being... oh, wait, hang on. Never mind. That's just more information about
Well, it's a
where you can buy it.
4.7%, so it's very light. It's super delicious. We can't see the color because I forgot to bring glasses, so we are drinking out of the can
I
like
mean, it's
Danny
a
Trejo
Pilsner.
would do.
It's your basic kind of what your golden color
Yeah.
would be.
I like how it says on here, nectar of the Mexican gods.
I
and
know. I was waiting to say something about
yeah,
that too.
that's funny. And it also says Echo and L.A.
Hecho.
Echo?
Echo.
Is that how you
Echo.
say it?
Made.
That means made.
I always
Made
thought
in
it was
LA.
Echo.
No.
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 Wow, I'm so white.
Hecho en Mexico,
Um,
hecho en Los Angeles.
But
Hecho en
this
Los
is
Angeles.
this can is super cool.
The can is awesome.
Yeah.
It's
love
just like
the can.
matte black.
It's
Yeah,
a
matte
matte black.
black.
It's got those cool little like shimmery flecks in it that look
Yeah.
like there's condensation on the can.
Yeah, like it just came straight from a cooler.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's written in that really nice gold color too. All the
Yes.
text and the ingredients in it are raw premium Pilsner malt, Werman Munich Type 1 malt, flaked rice, flaked maize, which the natives call corn, Magnum hops, Tettnang hops, and lager yeast.
Yeah.
So,
It's the nectar of the Mexican gods.
Yeah.
And also, it's the first can I've ever seen that has the legitimate address of the brewery.
yeah, which is cool. Now we know where it is.
3083 North Lima Street in Burbank, California.
We
Never
should
have been
check
on
it
Lima
out
Street.
because if they brew this, they might have some good stuff.
They might, yeah.
I like this because it tastes like if Tecate was refined.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
thinking that too. It does taste a lot like Tecate.
It doesn't-
but it tastes better.
I want more Mexican to it.
well, it
yeah,
doesn't have
I
the
want more
lime.
lime.
Yeah, it doesn't have any lime.
It's not as bold.
No lime at all. Really.
It's malt. You have a lot of malt
Yeah.
flavor there.
Though this would be awesome with that lime salt.
that beer salt
Oh,
we
that'd
have.
be
Yeah.
so good.
Gosh, this would be
And
incredible.
fresh limes.
It's
Yes.
almost like take the amount of lime they put in El Gallo
Gallo
Macho
Macho and put it in here.
and put it in here, and that would be
It would be perfect.
tantalizing.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
right now I'm giving it about a 3.7.
Yeah,
5.
I'd be around there too.
You'd be about a 3.7?
Yeah.
Kate, what would you put this on a scale of 1 to 5?
3.5 probably.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah. I think that's right around where I would be at 3.5. It's missing the lime to
I was gonna
push
say,
it
Do you
up. a
have
Yep.
notch.
Untapped on there?
Yeah, so Untapped has 402 reviews, giving it a total of 3.52.
There
Okay.
you go. Very close.
Yeah, and I think I leaned a little bit farther on that scale because I love Mexican beers. They're my
Same,
favorite.
But it's missing the lime
But
for
it's
me.
missing that lime. It's missing a little bit of that punch that Mexican beers give you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I
I
do
think
love-
that's the missing of the lime.
Yeah, and the thing that's not giving me a full 4, not only the lime, is that aluminum-y aftertaste. And I know it's coming from the can, but
It
this
does
is-
have that,
It's my
though.
first.
Yeah. Of course, of course. So
Interaction
you
with
might
it.
get a little bit more. Oh yeah, does it say when
It's got nothing
no
of when it was
Genesis date
brewed.
on here? So the thing is about this too is I really like malty beverages.
Same.
So I do like this a lot, but I do want to tell you when I was in Arizona last week, I had a beer. It was called an Amber. I forget the brewery. It was like Oak Crest or Oak Ridge Brewing or something.
Okay.
Amber. But when I took my first sip and I'm like, it's so malty. It almost tastes like vanilla was in it. It was
Really?
that malty. Maltiest beer I've ever had. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I looked at it and I guessed that they like, you know how you like double hop a beer? They
Yeah.
like double malted this
Oh,
beer.
man.
And it came out to a vanilla taste, which was
I'd be into
insane.
that because I
It was
love
really
malty
good.
drinks.
It was
like
really good.
Red ales are my favorite, and so it's hard to find one that's not a red IPA out here.
Yeah.
right
Or
now.
a red ale that has that copper taste
yeah.
to it. Yeah.
yeah. But if you can hit me in the face with something that's that malty, like I'm gonna be excited. So I want to try that.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe my sister or brother can find like it canned
That'd
or
be dope and
bottled
ship it
somewhere
over.
and bring it. Yeah.
What doesn't Danny Trejo do?
He has everything.
He
huh?
does.
He really
Machete.
does. He's got
Machete.
I love that movie.
He doesn't smuggle heroin anymore.
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 Yeah.
It's because he has legitimate businesses now.
Yeah.
He's making tacos. He's got donuts. He's
Have you
making
guys ever been to
beer.
Trejo's
He was in
Tacos?
Spy Kids.
No.
Yeah, he's okay. This is one person who's has been in high named features, but for whatever reason is also in like the crappiest B movies.
Yeah, it's just because I think he just thoroughly loves doing what he does.
Well, I'm pretty sure Machete started in Spy Kids, and then Robert Rodriguez decided to do a Machete movie.
Yeah.
So
He's
I
an
mean,
amazing
it's
dude.
pretty cool. Oh,
I like Spy Kids too. When
Yeah.
I watched them.
Spy, the second one.
The second one?
I've seen all of them.
Yeah, I love Spy Kids.
Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah.
Spy Kids 4, even Spyer.
Yeah.
So this beer's a good beer. I like this. And you
It is
said it
good.
was at our local Ralph's.
Yeah,
so
which is crazy. I
It
didn't
was,
expect
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
They had
I-
a decent amount of them
how
too.
much was the 4-pack?
$10.
Yeah.
Not bad at
Wow.
all. A pint, 4 pints for $10. That's
yeah,
not bad
for a
at all.
decent tasting thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
Ve-
I
very
enjoy
good.
this.
Very good.
So Danny Trejo has his own tacos, his own beer, his own coffee, his own ice cream, his own sandwiches, and of course his acting career.
I want a Trejo ice cream.
I was
just
gonna
gonna
say that.
I didn't know he had
I
ice
wanna
cream.
try
Where
it.
does his ice cream reside? Well, it's not in my mouth.
Not yet.
In August of this year, he witnessed a car crash and saved a child by
I heard about
getting
that.
the kid out of the trapped car.
I heard
What a
about that.
hero.
I know. That guy's great.
I love him.
That guy is great.
I love Danny
You know what?
Trejo.
When they asked him about it, he said everything good that has ever happened to him has happened as a direct result of him helping someone else. Absolutely everything has been that way.
Wow.
That's cool. I like our friend Ryan Bud's shirt that says Alkaline Trejo.
Oh, yeah, that one's really
That's
good.
a great shirt. So let's move on to our next segment here, which is hashtag problem.
I feel bad for your son. I've got 99 problems in the bitchin' one.
So this is the part of the episode where we talk about our first world problems.
Yeah.
So what's going on, guys? Hashtag problems.
I've got a small one.
small.
Me too.
A small
Paquito.
hashtag. Diet hashtag.
Diet
Yeah.
hashtag.
Can
I
you eat cheese yet?
no, I can't
that will
eat
always
cheese.
forever be his hashtag
I
problem.
know.
I need to stop bringing it up because everyone goes, well, yeah, you know that, but you do it to yourself. And I'm like, yeah, but like if you had to live without cheese, you'd be miserable too.
Yeah, but did you put raisins in it?
Ew.
What?
Raisins and cheese?
You don't remember from his joke on the podcast when he talked about every time he says something that he's making, when he's giving the ingredients to his dad's
It's
like,
raisins.
did you put raisins in it?
Yes,
Put raisins
that's
in
right.
it. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Today when we went out to lunch with my dad, this is not my problem, but my dad ordered like his chilaquiles and like was like, you know what would make this better? And I was like, what? Like I thought it was missing. He was like, raisins. And I was like, you son of a bitch. Like you got me again.
I got a question for you. Have you ever punched your dad's food?
No.
You punched
Oh wait,
everyone
no, I
else's.
have. I punched a sandwich flat once. I did it once.
It turned into a flatbread.
Yeah, and it's because he kept on like teasing me and saying a whole bunch of really dumb stuff. And it was right when I got back from grad school, and he had made this like really nice sandwich, and he was like, "This is good, huh? You can't have one, whatever." And then he like went to go pour himself a cold brew, and I punched it all the way flat, like 4 punches, not just like the one solid one I do for your guys' food. But I did that.
If you want to see Cam and the rest of us punching more food, take a look at the Instagram.
Yeah.
Did we post? Oh yeah, Krager,
Yeah, when
when
I
you
punched
got his
Krager's
taco
taco.
all over his shirt.
Yeah.
He was so upset.
I'm sure I could send you a video of me punching Cam's corn dog.
Yeah, that
Yep.
happened too.
I was
th-
just thinking of that
I
one.
remember that
Yeah.
video.
Oh, so good. But my hashtag problem is yesterday or 2 days ago, I decided to do wash my bedding, and
For the first time in 3 years.
no, I'm not gross. I washed my bedding, and then I was like, okay, cool, I'll dry it, and then when I come home from trivia, I'll just make my bed.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was driving home from trivia on Thursday,
Yes.
that I had to drive through the massive fire that's right here.
That we have going on down
And
here.
I had pulled off the freeway because they rerouted us, and then I got back on the next on-ramp because there wasn't a cop car blocking it. And I must have got there right before the cops were supposed to block it because I was the only one on the freeway, and there was smoke and hellfire and embers blowing across my car. My car got really hot. It was terrifying.
It's insane looking, that fire.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could only I could only see 5 feet in front of me with all the smoke, and I had to drive right behind a fire engine until I got to my exit. And so I got home, and I was like, oh, that was crazy. Well, I just need to go to bed, right? And I went to lay on my bed, and I was like, oh, no, I need to make my bed.
No, that's the
And I
worst.
go open up my dryer, and I had never pressed start on it.
Oh, so you have to throw it in. It's all like mildewy.
It was
smelly
all
now.
mildewy
I
and
hate that.
disgusting, and like so I had to
I'll wash it
rewash my
again.
sheets, but I didn't want to like rewash my sheets because I needed to go to bed to go to work the next morning.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I just like left them in the dryer all wet, and I was like, I'll wash these tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have to go to work because I couldn't because all of the freeways were closed.
Yeah.
And so I like ended up washing my bedding. Everything's good now, but I had to sleep like just on the mattress, like with a little blanket because I washed my comforter too. And I am so upset that I didn't sleep well, even though everything else was on fire. And that is my hashtag.
Yeah, I
problem.
know, right?
People
That's a
are losing
real-
their homes, and I was like, oh, I'm not comfy.
That's a
Because
real
I didn't put my
hashtag
stuff,
problem.
or
Yeah.
didn't turn it on.
I didn't
for
turn it on.
something.
I just like cranked the knob and like walked away.
That's you were sleeping like a dorm room in college with
100%.
one little blanket on just
100%.
a mattress.
When I was in college, in my dorm room, we didn't even have the twin XLs
Yeah.
at SFAI. We only had twins. And like I said before, I am 6'3".
Yeah.
And so my feet hung like a foot and a half off the bed.
I could see
And
that.
the sole reason I became a RA in my second year was
Get the
because
bigger
we
bed.
got queens.
there you go.
Yeah, the sole reason. They were like, why do you want to do it? I was like, I didn't really want to help people adjust. I've been here for a year. It's
Yeah.
great. I can relate to all the people that are a little bit older, right? And then I got the job, and I was like, sick. queen size.
So at
bed.
San Francisco Art Institute, do the queen beds go, yes?
Yeah, they do go, yes. I did the whole time I was in
There
there.
you go.
I had a Lana Del Rey poster above my bed.
Oh,
Did
very
you
nice.
really?
Yeah.
I
I
had
could see that.
Yeah,
in high school. I had a Lindsay Lohan poster above my bed that
Nice.
Joe got me for my birthday.
that's amazing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I had a Lana Del Rey poster, and then when I got tired of that, I got an X-Files poster.
Ooh, X Files.
that's
Cool.
a good poster
It was the
too.
I Still Believe poster.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? So last night I watched The Conjuring and realized I had never seen The Conjuring. I always thought I had. I saw it in Sinister.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
Yes.
never realized I
Ooh,
never saw The
they're such-
Conjuring.
So you
They're-
finally saw the two girls that are in the beginning of Annabelle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me and Master were like, did we watch this movie already? Like, no, it's the same Annabelle story that we heard in Annabelle
It is.
Creation.
Yeah.
But it's in this one.
I
That's cool.
love those movies.
Yeah.
Starting. Yeah.
I had a problem with it though. Where maybe this will be one of my hashtag problems. I was like, why was Annabelle even in this movie? Served no purpose to the actual story going on.
It showed how the couple, how they handle these
You-
spirits
you
and
mean-
like paranormal.
You mean the 5
activity.
lines at the beginning of the movie that said their demonologist didn't do that already?
No, I
They-
had to
they
give you the
needed a-
example,
I
and I
did-
had to introduce a creepy ass doll.
Well, that's the thing though. I was like,
does help.
this
She is
feels
really creepy,
but this
too.
feels like they just introduced this because they knew they wanted to make a movie about this later. Which, hey, James Wan, you do your thing. That's cool.
I've never
Anna-
seen it.
Well, you don't like scary movies.
Well, the thing is Annabelle is reoccurring throughout the entire Conjuring
Okay.
universe. You see
Does
her
Rory
throughout
show up
everything.
and like the witch and all that from this movie, or does this like this
You'll have
movie
to
only?
watch it
You're
I
gonna,
guess
have,
I'll
you're gonna have to
more.
watch the other Annabelle movies.
Madison doesn't. She was barely watching it because she was scared. But
I think there's 2 or 3 of them, right?
There's two,
two
and
Conjuring
3 comes
movies.
out next week,
Yeah.
next year.
Next year, and then
Okay.
there's 4 Annabelle movies, and then there's The Nun, which is
Nun,
part of it.
yes.
Is La Llorona part of it or no?
Oh, no,
Um,
that's a good movie too.
I can't remember if that's
no,
a
La
part of that.
Llorona is mixed in with something, but I can't remember
Maybe
what.
Sinister or
it's either
Insidious.
it's either Insidious or The Conjuring, but I don't remember
Yeah,
what.
good movie. Great
Horror
movie.
is growing on me.
Oh, you liked Creep that we're covering this week.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I watched both of those.
Yeah, so good.
Loved them both.
So good.
But living with Johnny,
Yeah.
and then Ashley hanging out with us a lot more,
Mhm.
I have no choice.
You have to.
And so I have to, if we're having a movie
Because
night,
she's like the queen of scary movies.
she's
Yeah.
the horror queen. That's
Yeah.
just who she is.
She's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. And so we are watching like horror movies all the time because
Yeah.
Ash is like, hey, I'm going to come hang out. And we're like, all right, sick, whatever, come over. Horror after horror after horror after horror.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
Now, am I
You get
still
less-
terrified 80% of the time? Yes.
I don't know. You get less scared. Like I used to be so scared of scary movies, and now I can watch them with the lights off by myself in the
You
house
get-
and be completely fine.
Oh, I'll watch horror movies by myself with the lights off in yeah.
In
I'm
the
not-
dark.
It never
all the
creeps
time.
me out. Like
I'm not
when-
there yet.
When a creepy moment happens, I'm more like appreciative of like that was a really well done creepy
I'm in
moment.
one light on with my friends stage.
There you go.
The more you watch, the more you get desensitized to it,
Uh-huh.
and the
Mhm.
more you're able to handle it. And to
Yeah.
answer your question, La Llorona is in the Conjuring universe.
Boom. There you go.
There
A
you
lot
go.
of Conjuring movies. So Kate, what's your hashtag problem?
My hashtag problem. Well, I have 2. I went on an interview last week. I went on 2 interviews last week because I'm trying to find a new job.
Mm-hmm.
And no one decided to tell me that the manager was going to be on vacation after that.
Oh, great.
Okay.
So I didn't hear anything for like 10 days now.
Yeah.
And then I got a text message yesterday or the day before saying, hey, sorry, the manager's been out. It's like, I'm here waiting. They
Yeah.
told me
Yeah.
that they were going to talk to me on Monday and I haven't heard anything. And then with the fires happening, if I had work yesterday, I wouldn't have been able to go.
Yeah.
And then I had work today. But they got my shift covered because I didn't know if I was going to be able to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you work in another town over than
I
from
work
where
in
we are,
Northridge.
and now
Oh,
that's
yeah,
hard
yeah.
to get to.
I work right where the fires were.
Yeah.
So every road, every way that I could go that's possible besides flying, and obviously I can't fly. So
Getting that helicopter.
There's no
the
way of me
private
getting
Wreck My
there.
Podcast jet.
right? That'd be great.
That
But
Patreon money's going.
yeah,
really
it's
good
really
thing.
going a
oh
long way.
man, it's just frustrating.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
bummer.
totally.
I think that's the only problems I think that I
I
have.
mean, that's a big problem.
That's a pretty decently sized problem.
Yeah.
yeah, why
That's like
wouldn't
a
you
legit problem to be like worried about a job that you're like not just being because if they don't contact you, your first thought is okay, I'm not getting
Well,
this
when
job.
they say they're going to contact you the next day, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what's going on?
the next day in dog years.
Yeah.
Dogs have no sense of time, so it could be 20 days, it could be
That's
30.
true.
You
That's
never
true.
know.
Imagine not having any sense of time.
Oh,
Yeah, they have
sometimes
none.
I
some
think Olive has a sense of time, but the way that we've trained her to understand sense of time, like not the way that we traditionally understand time in minutes and hours, but when we leave the house, if I tell her I'll be back in a few minutes, that means sometime today, right? If I say I'm going to Cameron's house, I won't see you in a few days. If I say I'm going bye-bye, I'm gone for months. and she understands because my
Yeah.
dad says that like when I say I'm going bye-bye or something, she goes and lays down next to the bedroom I grew up in, all sad, and huffs and sits there by
Aw.
herself.
No.
But any other time, she's fine.
She's like, okay, he's
Yeah.
coming back.
He'll
he's
come back.
he's
But
coming back,
bye-bye
yeah.
was like when I was going to college.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't see me for 6 months. And so she'd go sit and sleep next to my door every night until
and
I came
pout
back.
and be like, my owner's gone.
Yeah.
I feel like when I watched Twin Peaks, I lost all sense of time.
That's good. That means David Lynch did his job.
Or I was like, has this episode been going on for 4 days?
Have you watched Mulholland Drive yet?
No, I need to watch
Wait,
The
is
Thing
that
too.
a Twin Peaks thing?
Mulholland
No,
Drive
it's
is just a
David
David Lynch
Lynch.
movie.
Oh, okay.
But I have so many friends that hate it because they don't understand David Lynch or like recognize that he is doing things on purpose.
I get his style.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I think you would
it.
like Mulholland Drive. I think you would. Have you
Yeah.
seen it, Joe?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we have to watch it. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, could we do a Mulholland Drive movie night?
We made,
sure,
like,
why
the
not?
same
Have you-
sound. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Blue Velvet?
No,
No.
I don't see a lot of David Lynch films because, like I said, I don't really appreciate
Yeah.
his style.
I'm not familiar with David Lynch really at all.
Oh my God, do you want a clinic? I can give you a David Lynch clinic.
I don't know. Based
it
on
a
what
free
Jordan's
clinic?
telling me, I'm not exactly sure if I'll be into David
You'll
Lynch.
like it because you're a filmmaker.
All right.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
weird.
so funny. We were just watching the movie Devil's Advocate, Kate and I, and it's starring Al Pacino and
Oh, the one where they're in court, right?
Yeah.
and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lawyer,
Yes.
but also spoiler alert if you haven't seen this movie from the 90s. Al Pacino is the devil.
Yep.
But the
Mhm.
final scene is Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves talking, and the entire time I was just geeking out on the lighting
Yeah.
of it because the lighting was so good. It was actually
Coming
lit from
from
the
the
bottom,
bottom.
so it was underlit.
Ooh,
That's
So
super
it made
sinister.
And it made it look like they were in a like an office,
Right.
But it looked like they were in hell because
Because
it looked
of,
like
like,
the flames, and it was just a brilliant
that's
use
brilliant.
of light.
That's brilliant.
Oh man, I was geeking out so
That's
much
super
on
cool.
it.
You would love David Lynch for that reason too, and his sound design. That's what
Oh.
makes him impactful.
You know something though? We weren't watching the movie. He showed me the last 15 minutes of that movie, and I was like, now I want to watch the whole thing.
Yeah. Sometimes though the twist is better than the movie because there's some movies where you're just like getting there is the chore, you
Yeah.
know.
It's like, watch the end, see if I want to watch the whole
Well,
thing.
I feel like I felt that way about The Usual Suspects too. I felt like the last 20 minutes I really enjoyed, but getting there I kind of got a little bored.
Yeah.
I just feel like that movie is a good movie, but it's not. It could have been executed a little bit better.
I
in my
agree.
opinion.
I would agree that both movies are actually very good. The ending scenes are what make the movies. The getting there is the chore, but getting there is all the setup.
It's true, and that pays off at the end.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like they don't have a good. It's like Creep.
Introducing,
Creep doesn't have a
Kobe.
great
I love
replayability
that
value,
movie.
but
I think it still does.
oh, you think
the
so?
ending makes it though. The ending
ending
is
does
such
make
a
it.
mind-twisting thing. It's like,
Well, it's almost
holy
meta,
crap.
but it's
Like,
almost not because in the context, we'll talk about it more.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
episode.
yeah,
If you
let's
want
talk
to know
about- more about what we're talking about.
we'll talk in.
I
like,
found
for our next episode.
two of my new favorite movies.
Yeah.
So
if you
good.
want to know more about what we're talking about, listen to our cast on Wednesday.
It just
Yeah.
proves that Netflix, if you find those hidden gems here
Yep.
and there, that I found it. I don't know if you heard a movie called Perfect Toast.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Great freaking movie.
I'm pretty sure I've
super
seen
weird.
that movie.
Yeah, it's super. It's like it's like Split before Split.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
So
and I love Split.
yeah,
Have
so
you
it was a
seen
great
Glass?
movie. No, you gave it to me. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Glass, not bad.
Yeah, I love all the that universe.
Unbreakable
Yeah,
and-
Unbreakable and Split were great. So I assume Glass would be good. I feel like there's some of M. Night Shyamalan's best work. Those three movies.
Well,
That's
it's not a large.
Glass is a
Yeah.
great
yeah, it's not.
good
It's not
movie.
hard to beat some of his movies.
I think
but-
all of the movies that you pointed out were shot by my friend Mike G.
which the ones that I like Perfect Toast and wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Unbreakable, Split.
Split.
He was
Glass.
director of photography.
He also was the director of photography on It Follows.
and I love that's one of my favorite
Yep.
horror films.
He also shot. Did you guys ever see John Dies at the End?
You know what? I almost watched it on Netflix the other
Okay,
night. But
it's
I didn't
incredible.
do
Was
it
that
yet.
the title of the movie?
Yeah.
John dies at
Yeah.
the end? Okay.
He shot that, and I remember watching
It's a
it.
super
but
trippy movie
Yeah.
from what I was
Yeah.
It
like,
is.
getting into.
before I knew that he shot it, I was watching this. I was like, oh, I wonder if Mike picked up some of his style from this. And at the end, it was like director of photography Mike Gulakis, and I was like, what? I had no
That's
idea
so
he
cool.
shot that movie.
That's
Shout
so
out
cool.
Mike G.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
just,
get
he's
him
awesome.
on the podcast.
He's awesome.
So we, man, we're really going off the rails here.
No, yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
what's your hashtag problem? Or
So
in typical
my-
Joe fashion.
So mine, it's not a first world problem. It's
Uh-huh.
an actual problem.
Ooh.
But it's just the fact that, I mean, we've already mentioned it. Our city's on fire right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's burning
And
down.
it's basically made our entire hometown of Santa Clarita
Full of smoke.
completely disconnected from Los Angeles. We
Yep.
basically have no physical way
We can't
of
go
getting
anywhere.
south
We
right
can't, we
now.
can't
No,
get out of
south
SUV.
we can't because all the freeways going south are closed, and if you want to go north, it's about like 3 hours till anything worth. going
Yeah.
north.
So we're completely disconnected from
Everything.
the rest of Los
Yeah.
Angeles right
Yeah.
now.
It's true. Also, the air quality is awful. I went for a walk with Bailey this morning, and it
How's
like
you all
after
congested and stuff, huh?
oh after
Yeah.
15 minutes because I went to the gym right after, I could not breathe.
Exponentially worse where I live.
Oh, I bet because you're
Oh,
right
yeah,
next
you're
to
right
it.
next
You're
to it.
right
I'm right
there.
next
Yeah,
to the
I'm at
fire.
least a few miles away.
Yeah, and me, like I can't go outside.
Mhm.
It is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like constantly coughing. I'm horking up shit. Like it's terrible.
Horking.
Yeah.
Horking.
Yeah.
Horking.
Sound like a florkin?
Ooh,
It's
don't
a
get me started
horkin'.
on those.
Okay, so I'll tell you my hashtag problem real quick. Last week, Kofi Kingston lost the title to Brock Lesnar in 5 seconds flat, and I
Yep.
think that is stupid.
Same.
Why are you taking the people's champ, the Kofi Mania, and
Yeah.
just dropping him out to someone that no one cares
No
about?
one cares about Brock
So
Lesnar.
stupid.
And then you have to reintroduce
So
that
bull.
we have to introduce this stupid storyline with the guy that took his UFC title
Kane something.
Cain Velasquez.
yeah.
and bring him in and have
So
Brock be like,
dumb.
"Oh, I'm scared."
Yeah, so dumb.
And this whole storyline with Rey Mysterio and his son is
Oh my
stupid.
god!
It's
But let's
it's-
remember the last storyline we had with Rey Mysterio and his son was whether Eddie Guerrero or
custody
him
battle?
was custody battle on a pole match or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god, so dumb.
Now, I have a question for both of you.
Yes.
I'm a big wrestling fan, but my wrestling fan goes to retro wrestling from 90s and early 2000s. You two
Attitude
are
era.
very much wrestling
We're in the
today.
know, yeah.
Yes, very much in the know. So there's AEW and there's WWE that are out. There's also New Japan. There's all
Yep.
sorts of wrestling.
Ring of Honor,
Yeah, exactly.
TNA,
There's a
Impact,
bunch
yeah.
of wrestling to go through. Is there any superstar on any wrestling platform that matches or even surpasses Brock Lesnar when it comes to size, strength, and agility?
Oh, there's a bunch, but do you mean how much he buries it? Like how much Vince McMahon is willing to give him anything he wants
like,
and money?
Well, no, like my question is there anyone on any other platform that you would love to go into the WWE to be the direct competition
Competition to Brock
Lesnar?
I want to see Braun Strowman.
Yeah, but Braun Strowman's on WWE, and we've had that match a few times.
Yeah, but I want like them
You
to
want
do it
it-
right.
Here's the problem. Braun Strowman is now already he is the celebrity person now. He only has matches with celebrity guests on
Yeah.
WWE now. So he's
one of those.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Yeah.
He's been relegated to that realm.
But the thing is, like, he's like 6'8".
Oh, he's
like,
huge.
Like
He has-
395.
But the reason why he can't do it is because he has knee problems.
Yeah.
So
He
Braun
did
Strowman-
jump from the top rope though,
Which is
was
not smart
nuts.
because I'm like, you already have knee problems.
Yeah.
You're like 380 pounds.
But like that was such a scary shot.
yeah.
Like that low angle onto Seth from the top rope.
I
all
would
that body
love,
weight.
I would
Crazy.
love for Nyla Rose to fight Brock Lesnar because she's the first open transgender
Oh, that'd be cool.
person in AEW, but she's a beast. You could tell. I think she's Samoan, like some type of Pan Pacific.
Yeah.
because she is a beast. Like
lady.
she's very big lady. She's like Samoa Joe.
Like Nia Jax big.
Yeah, that big. But
Okay.
like her strength, I think, is more than Nia Jax.
Wow, because Nia's strong.
Because I've seen her do a few matches, and I'm like, this girl is insanely strong.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we have your two answers for current wrestlers. Now think of including past wrestlers.
I
Who's
mean,
someone you would
Andre
have
the
loved to
Giant.
see
Would be cool because he's such a big guy.
Triple H.
Triple H
Triple H
would
go
have been
against Brock?
Triple H in his prime.
Yeah,
against
Triple H
Brock.
Prime versus Brock would be a good match.
That
Or
would be
Goldberg.
good. But we've seen Goldberg and Brock.
Yeah, we have.
Goldberg
Okay,
took
no,
the title.
that was
Goldberg
that
took
was
the title from him.
Are you talking about the WrestleMania match, or has there been a match?
Well, there was a
since
match
then?
before WrestleMania where
Yeah.
Goldberg took the title from him in like 10 seconds. And
Yeah.
then they had a match at Mania where I think he dropped the title again. And then it went back to Goldberg and went back to Brock. Like they kind of played hot potato with it for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
let's be
think-
honest, though. Any match with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar will last like 2 seconds.
But
Yeah.
that's the problem, is they last way too short because
Yeah.
they've built these two wrestlers as like the superpowers,
Yeah.
the
Right.
unbeatable, basically.
Right.
To your question, kayfabe wise, no, there's no one
No.
that can match Brock in
Not
his
right
size
now,
and
no.
power.
Like, could you imagine an Iron Man match between Brock and Goldberg, where they have an hour, most pinfalls wins, or
Oh my
most
God.
submissions wins?
It would literally be like 5 minutes in, they both just go sit down in a chair
Yeah.
for a half hour.
It'd be like spear, F5, spear, F5 spear,
Yeah.
suplex spear. Like it would be so boring.
It would not be good.
Are you saying that they don't have the stamina to
They don't have the
match
stamina.
No,
They-
'cause they're
match like
hulking.
that?
They don't have the
Yeah.
stamina. They also don't have the depth. Like they don't have any moves except for 2 moves.
Yeah.
So is there a wrestler that's more agile that would be able to withstand an entire hour with one of these two
The
guys
only two
that
that
would
I
be
think
able to win?
that could do that right now is we already showed it with Seth.
Seth. Yes,
Seth Rollins. He's and he already beat Brock
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah, he's the Beast Slayer.
He's the Beast Slayer. That's his moniker now. That's how it works. I think if Cedric Alexander got more billing,
Yes.
that would be fun because he's so agile and he's ridiculously strong.
Is
he's
he
he is.
related to the Entertainer?
Yes, yes. Just first name only. His name is Cedric the Alexander. But
the Alex Tainer.
I like Cedric Alexander, but doesn't get enough opportunity.
No, he never does.
No.
Next week on Wrestling Talk.
I know we can go into this because we don't have Krager in the background going, all right, things I can't talk about.
Yeah,
It's true. It's true.
Except Kate's just sitting
Kate's here. Doesn't know.
I don't watch wrestling.
I'm pretty sure 75% of our listeners don't.
You
either.
should, because Clara watches it with me and she loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I hung out with Clara last Tuesday, we hung out for a minute. She goes, "Do you want to watch Raw from last week? I'm a couple weeks behind." And I was like, "Yes."
Yes.
But it's so
CM
true.
Punk. CM.
Oh, I'm
Punk.
so
I miss
excited to
Clara.
see
She
him.
needs to come back.
It's so
No, I
true.
miss her
Once
too.
you
I miss her.
once you start watching like WWE or a wrestling format on a semi-regular basis, you get hooked to it.
Yeah.
And so you do want to start watching the rest
The
of it.
storylines are incredible.
I'll have a hot take right now. People will hate me for this in the wrestling community, but I think AEW is so overrated right now. I've watched both weeks, and I'm like, what is the draw? I don't get
Now-
it. There's a few good people like MJF and like
Yeah.
Kenny Omega and whatever, but like,
And
What's
the
wrong-
nostalgia factor of Y2J. Like,
yeah, Chris
What's
Jericho.
wrong with it in comparing it to WWE?
Low production value. I don't like that. I just feel like storylines never go anywhere unless you're like in the know of like who these people are. They don't really
Their
develop
kayfabe
story.
is.
Yeah, they just don't
Yeah.
really develop storylines really well. And I feel like characters, no one's really like their characters are just kind of weak. I feel like I don't know.
Not enough personality.
Not enough personality in the sense that like I get what you're going for, but you don't build on it enough. I think it's just because I'm such a mark for WWE, and that's my problem.
Are you speaking of like mic skills or actual like what their wrestling personality is coming to the ring?
No, like
and
cutting
I would say
promos.
an amalgam of both.
Yeah, I think cutting promos is a little weak over there.
Yeah.
all right.
You know
Yeah.
what I didn't know about wrestling till Joe told me this?
What?
I didn't know that it was all like thought out and planned.
Oh,
and
yeah.
People do
Well,
moves. Like I didn't know that.
They try to. Let's be honest.
Sometimes
WWE
it
is
fails.
notorious for day of changing
Yeah,
what
they'll-
they've had planned. And
Sometimes
also
the wrestlers won't even know who's supposed to win until
The match
a few minutes
starts.
before.
Yeah.
it's pretty bad. And it's not like they choreograph the whole match where they're like, "Hey, let's get together beforehand and like map." Like
And
they're like,
practice, yeah.
"Look, we have this spot, we have this spot, we have this spot." The ref helps a lot, letting them know like move into this,
Timing
move into
and-
this, and everything. But for the rest of it, they feel it out. They're like, "Oh, like they just know, like I'm whipping you here, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna duck down and
Yeah.
do this."
And you
like,
can
they
see
just
the
know.
bad wrestlers like will whisper to
Yes.
each other when they're
or
in a
you
headlock.
can hear them sometimes.
Yeah.
The mic will pick it up, and you're like, "Oh."
I did
But
not know
it's-
that at all.
Yeah.
It's very much like a relationship. You can tell when two wrestlers have really good
That
chemistry
chemistry.
with
Oh,
each
yes.
other that
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't even need to communicate with each other. They're just basically
Going with the
moving off
flow.
of
Yeah.
each other, almost
And that's
like
what makes
fluid water.
And that's what makes
Yeah.
a great match.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like anytime you saw like Stone Cold and The Rock
Oh,
fighting,
yeah.
or
They
The
had
Rock
great
and Triple
matches.
H.
Yeah, they had great
Oh
matches.
man.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our next segment here after that long tangent.
Of hashtag problems.
So I came a little unprepared today and I was like, oh, it's going to be a shorter episode, but I think it's going to be a long episode because we are talking about wrestling so much now. So this is news stories where we're going to talk about some news stories. I'll start off with mine because I heard it on the Jason and Mindy podcast. Go check out that podcast. Really cool podcast. And I brought it up because I thought Cam needs to hear this.
All right, bring it.
According to Mark Hexter, clinical psychologist at the Summit Clinic, watching Friends can help people with anxiety.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he says, having worked for over a period of 20 years with those experiencing anxiety, I can conclude that among other factors, it is the repetitive and relational nature of programs such as Friends and Big Bang Theory that will be doing the trick when it comes to easing anxious thoughts.
I would much rather revel in my anxiety than have to sit through something that's repetitive.
Well,
Like,
here, let me tell you why. Anxiety is, in fact, the human mind's alarm system indicating that something is wrong and usually the result of pent-up and unprocessed feelings. If the feelings can't find a way of being expressed, the alarm system triggers, and it is usually not very pleasant for the person suffering with anxiety. Friends is about an experience of repair of watching the characters in the show repeatedly having worries, which then get repaired and soothed, usually in the context of other relationships in their lives. However, Hexter does warn us that while the repetition is comforting and soothing in the short term, it can also sort of trick you into believing that real life is like TV, just a little too much. On the negative side, none of it is very real, and how can life ever be so kind of perfect? So while watching Friends, repeats can be a great way to ease your anxious thoughts and bring you back down to earth. Don't get too deep into it and think this is how life really operates. What we should all really be focusing on instead is achieving unagi.
Unagi?
It's a Friends reference. So here's the thing. What they're pretty much... So Cam and I both know people who are very anxious,
Yes.
deal with anxiety. We know that grounding is an effect that you really have to use. There's a lot
Yeah.
of different ways of grounding yourself.
Yeah.
And he's just saying, this is a vice I use. Watching shows that I've seen
You'll
the
use them,
outcomes
yeah.
of that, and just watch it and let my mind go into the escapism of that realm where the stakes aren't really high, but like there's a problem and it gets resolved and it kind of takes your mind off your problems. So it's a way to ground yourself away from whatever your anxious feeling is. So for Cam, that would probably be something a little bit more highbrow. But let's be honest, most of us down here are relegating in Friends and Parks and Rec and stuff like that.
Yeah, for me, I'd much rather just let my anxiety take over, just because to me, my body is making those feelings happen.
Yeah.
And I ground differently by being in my moment
Yeah.
rather than seeking an outside source. Well, that's not true. I'm medicated, but like if I do push past my medication,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to go outside. But my entire life. What was that weird whistle?
What
Kate,
was that?
Kate.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
so sorry.
Kate, what are those called? A vape?
A puff
It's
bar.
called a puff.
A
Yeah.
puff.
I
So
even tried
Kate doing that, I
away
heard it,
from the mic.
and it was like wind going through.
Yeah,
the
I was like, what is
You're
that?
welcome.
Yep.
So
I even pulled away. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I prefer to ground by using my like five senses technique.
Yeah.
Where I focus on something visually, go like auditorily, then go olfactory, go taste wise,
Yeah.
and then touch. Right.
I do just visual, and that usually
Yeah.
works
for me, if I go all five,
yeah.
I get grounded really quickly.
Mhm.
But I don't want to.
Just say it. You're already in the middle of saying it.
You hate Friends.
I don't want to fucking watch Friends.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't like
I
Friends
just
either.
I just like this report because I was like, Cam doesn't like Friends, but
no,
this guy's
I don't
saying
wanna,
Friends
I
will
wanna
help
fucking
him.
Watch Friends. I would much rather watch a show that stresses me out when I'm already stressed.
Watch How I Met Your Mother, okay? Watch Marshall's sad videos, and you'll.
Do you like How I Met Your Mother?
I've seen a couple episodes
I
and I was
love
fine
those
with it.
episodes, but
Yeah.
I didn't like those last two.
Scrubs? Scrubs is a good one.
I like
no.
Scrubs.
Yeah.
I would much rather watch something new though. I don't like revisiting things.
Oh, okay. I get that.
Yeah,
get
like
that.
I like watching new stuff because that's what I've been fucking trained to do over
Yeah,
the course of
there you go.
12 years is like watching new things and digesting them and learning them and like trying to figure things out. And if when I'm already stressed and I'm watching that and I see that that's stressing me out, I'm like, oh shit, my emotions are validated because this is a thing that's stressful. I'm allowed to be hyper stressed in my life, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. That's the way that I distill it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Everyone's got their own way.
Yeah.
So, what are the news stories you guys
I
get?
have the 12 or 17, the 17 weirdest Halloween costumes of 2019.
Ooh.
Nice. That's
Are
good
you bringing
stuff.
up the sexy Terra
Terrace
Sunshine again?
I don't know because I only
Okay.
got through like 4 of this and I was
All
like,
right,
all
let's
right,
hear
we
'em.
have to do this.
Let's
So
hear
this
'em.
one is a couple's costume. It's deer in the headlights.
Oh.
And one is just a deer and then a woman in the road and her boobs are headlights.
I love that.
That
I
was
love
hilarious.
that.
Show me that again.
And her head is a deer crossing sign.
I'm in.
This one is
Wait, you
sexy.
left out the fact that the guy's wearing a horse mask.
No, I said deer mask.
It's a deer
It's
mask.
a deer head.
Oh, it is a deer
He's
mask.
like
Yeah.
BoJack Deerman.
Yeah, BoJack Deerman. This one is sexy baby dinosaur hatchling,
Oh, wow.
which I kind of love. I think that's hilarious.
That's funny.
One's a pinata. That one's kind of stupid. This is a happy cactus where the cactus is a boner.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, this is a boner
That's
cactus.
so funny.
Definitely, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And then there is a a sexy muskox. There's a
Look at that sexy
Wait,
musk.
is there a picture of it?
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
How is that sexy?
Oh my gosh, that's
Some people could find that sexy.
No.
I don't.
The furries.
Yeah,
may wanna
furries could do
yip.
it.
that
Yep.
or the
There's
gay
a-
community that loves bears.
Yeah, there's a giant blunt. Here
Is that what they mean by bears and twinks?
Yes. Here's a mermaid costume for your guinea pig.
Oh,
That is adorable.
I know.
do they make the size big enough for my Chewini?
They're probably the same
Is
size.
that what you call
Probably
your
so.
penis?
yeah,
My Chewini.
There's a very
Jordan's Chewini.
very bizarre female prince costume.
Oh, that's really
Ooh,
weird.
that is bizarre.
Yeah, it's
Velveteen
weird.
Dream.
I guess it's Prince.
It's
yeah.
Prince just because it's purple.
Yeah.
And there's a Daddy Shark hoodie. That one's fine. The inflatable wacky flailing arm tube man.
Okay.
I like that one,
Okay.
and it's
That's-
inflate. That one's
that's
cool.
Creative.
We have a sexy bullfighter,
Okay.
which I think is fair. This is a fair, this is a gender
Honestly,
assignment one that
yeah.
is. This would be a female costume, and no one would complain.
Not gonna
true.
lie, that picture right there, that's a wrestler.
It does look like
He
wrestling.
does look like a wrestler.
Oh my god, that could totally be a wrestling gimmick.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
could
so
totally
that
be a
was
wrestling
the
gimmick.
that was the final one on the list. There were a couple other ones like a guy pooping or like a Colonel Sanders or whatever. But the weirdest one was I think that sexy bullfighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. that was
Or
weird.
the sexy baby dinosaur baby.
Yeah, also the sexy muskox.
I like the sexy.
I like it
mustache.
because it's nothing sexy about it whatsoever.
I don't know, maybe all that body hair. Someone might be into that.
I don't know.
Now, this Halloween, what do you think you're going to see more of? Do you think you're going to see more Pennywise, Joker, or Stranger Things?
I think we're gonna see more butts.
Jokers.
I think we're gonna see more Jokers.
I
I
think,
think
more
Jokers.
I think more Jokers.
Wait, what was it? Pennywise, Joker, or what?
Stranger Things.
Jokers. yeah.
Joker.
It's newer.
Yeah.
Timing just worked.
Yeah.
And we just saw
and the
that movie.
motherfucking time. So go ahead.
Hey, did you have a news story?
I do not.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I'll hit you with my news story.
Hit it up.
So last week we talked about a Pokemon Sword exclusive.
Oh my
the
gosh, I know.
Fetched.
Now
Well,
the shield
it's
is
a new
so
week,
crazy.
and we have a new Sword exclusive.
Do we?
Have you
Now-
not seen this, Cam?
No.
Oh.
Now, what this is a new Galarian version of Ponyta.
Okay.
And Ponyta has become a unicorn.
It's My Little Pony, pretty much.
It's basically My Little Pony.
Mhm.
Ponyta is a unicorn, and Ponyta actually holds the life energy of its surroundings, including yourself and all the other Pokemon, trees, everything around it. It holds its life force in its mane.
and it
Oh.
farts rainbows.
Basically.
Sick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look how adorable this Ponyta is.
Okay. I'm
And
so
I can
excited.
see- I would imagine it would be powerful,
Oh,
holding a
probably.
ton
It's
of
probably
life
fairy
energy.
type or something.
Yeah.
The thing, though, I can't wait to see what Rapidash would look
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I know, right?
like. So this is a Ponyta. Oh,
Regular Ponyta?
No,
or
no,
new
no, this is.
Ponyta?
Regular
Oh my God.
Galarian.
Ooh, I wanna see
Oh, it's so cute.
Wait, do you guys think
Beautiful.
friendship is magic?
I do now. This is adorable.
Shout out to the bro-
It's My Little Pony, is it not?
It is.
yeah.
It totally
It's
is.
100%
But it's
My
so
Little Pony.
cute.
I would squeeze it.
It has like a rainbow mane. It's all white.
It
It's got
showed
a
some of its
unicorn.
moves that were pretty cool too.
Yeah.
It has long willowed hair.
Yes,
So-
it does.
So we have two exclusives from Sword and Shield: Surfetched and Unicorn Ponyta.
Yeah.
Which way are you?
I'm
swaying
still
to?
getting sword.
Surfetched.
Yeah, I have to
Surfetched.
get
Because
Surfetched.
Farfetch'd is the dumbest Pokemon ever, and I need its evolution.
One of
Yeah.
us needs to get Shield so that we can trade the Ponyta to
No,
each
we'll
other.
just make
Yeah.
Chris from Drinking Alone with Friends get Shield, and then he can trade with us.
To be fair, I know Cole's gonna buy both.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, perfect.
Because
Yeah.
Cole's a rich guy.
He also lives in what, North
Geor-
Carolina,
Georgia.
Atlanta, so yeah, he can afford things.
Yeah, he
Right.
could probably afford copies for all of us. Of
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
That's a new Patreon tier for us. Buy us
Pokemon
games. All right.
Jordan, what's your news story?
Oh, I already said mine.
Oh,
mine was
perfect.
the thing for Cam about friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
I
yes,
started
yes,
off. So let's get into a Patreon question here. The first one is from Patreon Brian Breaker.
Oh, cool.
Go check out his podcast, Breaker and Bane's Power Hour. But he has a question
I'm sure
for
they
us.
loved the wrestling talk.
Oh, they do love the wrestling top. He was in NXT for a while. He is a wrestler.
That's awesome.
So
I did not
Oh,
know
you didn't
that.
know that? He had Rowan. I don't know. You're not watching right now, so you don't know who Rowan is.
No.
He had on his podcast recently. Yeah, he was in NXT, so he knows a lot of the guys that are on
That
the
is
roster now.
awesome.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Where do they live?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, that area. I don't know exactly where. But anyway, he sent
It's
in
flat.
a video question for us.
Wreck My Podcast crew, it is Brian Breaker, and as a patron, I have the duty and responsibility to ask you guys a question that you have to answer on the show. So Jordan told me, you have to answer this question. But don't worry, it's not going to be anything too difficult. Just a question I feel like as a podcaster I know the answer to, but maybe the people listening don't know the answer to. Here's that question. Doing a show like Wreck My Podcast where you watch certain films, like recently Rocket Man, Demolition Man, and others, can be fun, but then other movies are taxing. So when we have free time to sit down and watch a movie, maybe that's not the one we want to watch. But because of the podcast, you end up watching stuff for the podcast on your free time. So my question is, what's that like? Has there ever been a time when you're just sitting there and you're watching something and you're thinking, oh, this sucks so bad. Why am I watching this? Why am I doing this to myself? Because I certainly have been there myself. That's my question. You guys keep up the great work. Love the show. And hopefully, before too long, I'll have another doozy of a question for you.
You want to know a movie we all hate and hated watching for this cast? So watch Butterfly Effect
2.
Yeah, I think
that's
that
the
was-
only one I
Listen
thought
to
of.
that episode.
That was
Yeah.
unanimously the most hated episode. I think Krager has this problem every week where he's
Yes.
like, why are you making me watch?
Yeah,
Well, Krager
except
also-
for Rocket Man.
Yeah, he loved Rocket Man.
Well,
Yeah.
that was the Krager episode, but he
Yeah.
hated Parents. We all liked Parents.
Yeah.
I liked Parents.
There's a lot of movies that we actually kind of are okay with or will like, and Krager does not like.
Yeah.
No, I have a feeling that if he does watch Creep 2, tomorrow he's going to complain about having to see that dude's dick.
Yeah, but I thought that part was great.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. She gets
Yeah.
naked
Yeah.
too, Krager.
Not in a sexual way. It fit the story perfectly.
Was it flaccid or was it erect?
Flaccid?
It was flaccid.
All right, it always is.
A little chub rub though. Like he
They
decided
never
to like.
show an erect penis.
I know.
No, only in porn.
Yeah, that's what makes it NC-17 instead
I
of
was
R.
gonna say, is that
Is
what
erection,
the?
yeah.
Is it really?
It stands for nice cock 17.
Yes,
I didn't know that was the criteria.
that is the
Flaccid
criteria.
or erect.
Flaccid is fine,
Well, also
and that's why
penetration, I think.
penetration, and
Yeah.
you can't show a pussy unless it's NC-17.
Not true. I've seen a few.
No, like an open.
So the
like an open one. But what
not
about
just
The
Bush.
Shining?
so
Oh, I
Bush
guess
is
that's
fine.
just Bush. Yeah.
so the scene where
George W.
what's her name crosses her legs in the interrogation
Oh,
room.
Basic Instincts.
Yeah, Basic Instincts.
I mean, you kind of aren't seeing all of it.
Yeah, you just see like a
It's
sliver.
stylized.
Yeah, but yeah, Butterfly Effect 2, empirically the worst thing we've
Hands
ever watched.
down.
Yeah,
There's a lot of movies where, a lot of times on the show where I'm like, I would definitely have turned this movie off 5 minutes into it
If we didn't have to watch it.
have to watch it for
Yeah.
the podcast. And we do it for our listeners because we like you guys so much. We don't want to subject you to this crap. We'll just tell you about it in a
Yeah.
fun way.
Butterfly Effect 2 is the worst
Oh,
piece of
such
garbage
a
we've
bad
watched.
movie.
Yeah,
For Krager, breaking news for sports that happened already. Max Scherzer is currently in a no-hitter through the 6th.
really.
That's a person in a game I don't know.
That's a big deal. Baseball.
Is that foosball?
In the playoffs?
I was
That
gonna
is
say,
in the
that's baseball,
playoffs.
Jordan.
Baseball. Okay. I should have guessed since it is playoffs right now.
We'll see if it pans out.
Although
Probably
I did
not.
like
No.
how
Yeah.
I did
But-
like how on trivia the Dodgers playoffs it was 3-3 when I left and I got home and
And
looked
they
and it
ended
was
up losing?
7-3 and I was like, the hell happened?
Sorry, Cam.
Yeah, the heck
Sore
happened to that?
subject, sore subject.
Like how did that
Hashtag
even
problems.
happen?
He even
Hashtag
moved his
problems right
mic
there.
so he could watch the game.
How'd that
and then
happen?
they
Joe
still
Kelly
lose.
fucking walked the bases loaded in the 10th and then gave up a fucking grand slam to Howie Kendrick. That's how it happened.
He gave him some Denny's. So
I like grand slams.
I like Denny's.
Customize your slam, I'm in.
So that
Denny's
was-
is bomb.
Denny's has a really good banana split actually.
I gave a kid detention for walking into my class and said, "How about them Dodgers?" And I
Oh.
went, "All right," and I gave him a detention.
How about detention?
yeah, how about that detention?
Has anyone been to Denny's before midnight?
No.
No. Are they even open before midnight?
I walked by it yesterday.
So thank you, Brian Breaker,
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Yeah,
for
Brian,
doing
thanks.
that.
It's a good question.
I,
We should
It is a good
have him on the
question.
cast, talk more wrestling.
I know, we really should. I've been on their podcast, so we need to have him on ours.
Yeah.
Cole has a question for us, too, actually, this week.
Come on, Schmoll.
Schmoll?
Schmoll Peahen.
All right,
Let's go.
Schwarley. So if you were a part of a buddy cop film, who would you want to be your counterpart?
Ooh.
A la the other guys. A la the nice
Okay.
guys.
So
A la them guys. I don't know.
I'm gonna answer, but I'm biased this just because he's my favorite. I would definitely choose The Rock. Just
Yeah.
because he would have so much funny banter.
Yes.
He would be hilarious to work with. But at the same time, if you're ever in a tight position, this guy's gonna get you out of there.
So you are Kevin Hart in this scenario.
Sure, I'll be Kevin Hart. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind either.
I just gotta
What was that
yell
about our-
a lot and run.
What was that about our 4-foot question?
I want
Sorry, Kevin.
I want to make a movie about the 2 worst cops ever, and it's me and Joel McHale.
That would be a good
Yeah.
movie.
Oh my gosh, you two would just debate so much, nothing would get done.
I know. We'd be in the car, and nothing would happen.
You would be the two like
That-
talking, debating, and arguing while the crime is going on for
Yeah.
what you guys are staking out, hoping to see. It happens, they run away and everything, you two are still in the car debating.
Yep.
I want my buddy to be an animal, kind of like Limu the emu from those commercials for car insurance or whatever.
Oh my God.
What about like the little gecko from Geico as
Oh
your
my
buddy?
gosh, I would love that. He's so cool. That would be
With this
amazing.
Australian accent.
Or my Chewini. Again, my penis.
You just put a little like detective outfit on him.
no, I'm
It's got like a
Bailey.
trench coat.
Are you even a cop? I flash my badge, but it's also my dick. And then I have to arrest myself for indecent
Indecent
exposure.
exposure.
Yeah. So, Kate, who would you have your buddy be?
I don't know. I kind of like Gerard Butler.
Oh.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a great
The guy,
idea.
the guy she tells you not to worry about.
There's
I would have sex with Gerard Butler.
Who wouldn't?
There's 300 law-abiding citizens. He was the Phantom.
He was the
The
Phantom.
ugly truth. Anyone?
Yeah, and P.S. I love you.
I
Yeah.
love the ugly truth.
P.S. I Love You is a really good.
He's
It's
in
cheesy,
P.S. I
but-
Love You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
I'm
Irish.
Thinking, I'm thinking
Scottish
of Love,
dude.
actually. I don't think I've ever seen P.S. I Love
Jordan,
You.
you don't
It's
have
really
little
good.
red cups downstairs?
I do.
Do you want to get those so we can crack open this Psycho No Raga?
I can go get the cups.
Here, we can do an obligatory music break.
I don't have that on this.
Here's our obligatory topic sign.
Obligatory
Blah,
music
blah,
break.
blah, blah.
Yeah, I'll go grab it real quick. Actually, talk about here. You want to hear a
If you're
story?
somewhere there, I can get them.
Oh, cool. Because it's story time.
Yeah.
With Rick My Podcast. You guys talk about some stories while I go down. Start your stories and I'll go grab the red cups.
Yeah, I have a story from school.
Oh, hell yeah. Tell us.
Yeah.
I have a story from work I have to tell you guys.
Okay,
too.
great. So I was teaching a class, and I have this student who is not the sharpest, and he sits in the very back with his mouth agape the entire time, like he's a filter feeder.
Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah, one of those kids. And he
Filter feeder.
Yeah, always has
He's
his.
not a
I've
clam.
never heard that. Filter
yeah,
feeder.
he's a filter feeder. He's just like this constantly.
We have a friend who's like that, and
Uh-huh.
at his work, everyone calls him Lurch.
Yeah, totally. He's like that. And so he.
Do you think they were lollipop kids?
Oh no! Yeah, totally a popsicle,
Popsicle
kid.
kids?
Total popsicle kid. And he asked me in the middle of class for no reason. He just goes, "Mr. Molitor, why do all the colleges have California in it?" And I went,
Is he serious?
and I went, "What?" Because I thought he was kidding. And he goes, "Why do all the schools have California in it?"
College of the Canyons doesn't.
I know. But he goes, and I was like, well, because they're in California. And then he's like, then why is it called California San Francisco? Everyone, when they think of California, think of Los Angeles.
That's not true.
And I was like, well, you think of Los Angeles because you're from here. I was like, people in the Bay Area think of the Bay Area. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh okay. And he's like, but why California? I was like, we're all in California. So all the state schools are going to say California State in them. I'm being so patient.
Same with the UCs.
Yes, I'm being so patient. And then the kid goes, then why do they call it Cal Berkeley?
Oh, I remember this story.
And I went, because it's in the city of Berkeley in California. And he goes, oh, I just thought Berkeley was another name for smart.
Which Berkeley is not a smart school.
And
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
it's a
thought Berkeley was a
UC.
party school.
UC, I mean,
yeah, UC
Oh,
Berkeley.
Chico.
Santa Barbara.
Chico's a
Chico and Berkeley are so
Okay,
different.
sorry.
So different.
I'm this kid.
But I was like, he was like, oh, then why is it Berkeley? I was like, it's a city called Berkeley in California. And he was like, oh, I thought it was another name for smart. And I was like, well, that's not a very Berkeley question of you, Michael.
But
I thought you were gonna be like, this kid is like, well, how come we always talk about like movies in here?
Oh, pretty much. I do have some kid that goes, why do we only make movies in here?
by the way, you don't need to pour me any of that.
Yeah, you made 3 cups.
I know. I brought up just for the 3, you guys.
Oh, you don't like Psycho No Raga?
I actually don't.
I don't
Really?
know what it tastes
I
like.
don't
so
like. It's
I
the
may or may
one
not like it
Pocock
either.
beer that I don't really like.
I like Psycho.
I do too.
I love Psycho 2
Now-
when Norman Bates like kills that girl in the shower.
Now I'm curious, Kate, when you try it, because when you tried it in Pocock, you weren't the biggest fan of it either. However, when it did have the different name, because this is
the blue lager.
this is the blue lager.
It was
when
the blue
she had
milk
it as
lager,
a blue
yeah.
lager, she liked it, but when she had the Psycho no Raga,
It's the same without
It's
the color
the
blue.
same beer just without the
I was
color
gonna
in
say
it.
something. I was like, this is not blue right
Yeah,
now.
I missed the blue. I tried it when it was blue too. I didn't try it when it wasn't blue, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a huge fan of this beer. It's what, a rice lager?
It's their Japanese rice lager.
Yeah, not a huge fan. Sorry, Pocock. The one beer you made that I am not the biggest fan of. What do you think, Kate?
It's okay. I have the taste of the other beer in my mouth.
Mm.
It doesn't go very well together.
if you like sake, you'll like
I was
Psycho
gonna
no
say,
Raga.
Little Kim knows that problem.
This just tastes like a better Kirin to me.
Really, Kirin is a rice beer?
Yeah.
No way. It's
Or
a rice
no, wait,
lager?
no, Sapporo.
Sapporo. I mean, it's a Japanese lager, but it's,
I don't
think
it's
it's a rice.
I think
Really?
it's still made with the same
With wheat?
barley and wheat. Yeah, I don't think it's rice.
Whatever, I like it.
I know the brewery uses rice a lot for their stuff. Okay, cool. So what was your story, Kate?
Okay, so
Already laughing.
it's embarrassing because obviously it happened to me. So when the power went out, okay. So
I saw you post about this.
the power went out at
And
work.
You're scared of the dark,
I'm
right?
scared of
Yeah.
the dark. I don't like the dark. I don't try to do anything. Okay, so I was in treatment with my doctor. He's putting an estimate together on the
She's a
computer.
vet tech.
Yeah.
There's no windows in treatment. None whatsoever.
Mhm.
So the lights shut off, and literally the room is dark. And I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I went to go run to the door, and I hit the treatment table, and I fell on my
Oh,
ass.
no.
That's not the worst part. The doctor straight up laughed at me. Didn't ask me if I was okay or anything, and I'm sitting there crawling to the door to try and open it.
I
'cause
need light.
I wanted, yes. And then I found one of the little headlights on one of the counters because we use them to put tubes in the dog's throat, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But he laughed so hard at me, and then after the lights were on, he figured everything out. He came back to me. He was like, are you okay? Because you ate it earlier. I was like, I'm okay now, but it wasn't at that moment.
And you probably didn't have your phone on you or anything
No.
because of
no,
that.
I
to, like,
didn't.
Turn a
I'm not allowed
flashlight
to have
on or
my
something.
phone on
yeah.
me at work.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Oh, that's crazy. That's so
That
crazy.
sucks. That's so funny.
and
though.
the table's metal. So I hit the metal table, and then I fall, and then I can just
And
hear
then
him
knock the dog
laughing.
over.
I had no dogs in treatment,
Oh, okay, there you go.
thankfully, but still, like,
Oh, man.
I ate it.
Lots of power going out this week.
Yes, a lot of powers went out.
Fires
this
are
week.
just screwing up everything.
They
Yeah.
really are. Joe, do you have a story?
I mean, my story time is more or less just also going along with #problem. Because of this fire, my office on Friday basically had 75% of the people missing.
Wow.
And it was the first time that I was ever, damn, why do I live so close to where I work?
Yeah.
I know that is kind of a bummer.
You did not want to be there yesterday.
No,
I
because
don't
we were
blame
so
you.
busy. We still had the same amount of work, but still had to handle calls for all the people who were missing.
Right.
Oh,
and you had to
that's
pick
so
up
awful.
everyone's slack because
Yeah,
they
you
weren't
had
there.
to.
That's why I work in an office where it's just me.
Literally just you.
No one ever. Actually, this past week, we've had the full staff here the whole time because we've been getting prepped for these 2 shows coming up. So it's been insane and a lot of people coming in
been
and out.
in and out.
Yeah.
I was so happy to have the day off after I woke up and realized I couldn't go.
yeah.
Right.
So was Chelsea, though.
Yeah,
was
Chelsea
awesome.
had the day off too, and
All
she lives
schools.
here.
But
It's
her-
funny,
all-
it's a
all the
school,
schools
yeah.
get
All
closed
schools
there.
got closed here. And I was driving by Valencia High School right over here by where we record on Friday, and they were like not there. And I'm like, first off, the fire's not even close to us right now.
No.
Air quality.
air quality.
But air quality yesterday was not bad because the wind was blowing.
It was bad.
No, the
yesterday.
wind was blowing the opposite direction yesterday. It wasn't until last night where it shifted and started pushing towards us. So I was like, whatever. Kids can have off.
Do you have a new story time, Jordan?
What is that?
I was gonna have you try the Psycho no Raga so you can give us a.
Here, I'll give
review.
you another review. Let's see. Smells like I remember. Actually, that's not as bad as I remember.
Yeah.
I
What
still
would you
like
give
the
it?
other beer better, though.
I would give it a 2 because I just think it has no flavor and I think it has a really weird aftertaste.
I'd give it a 3.
I'm not a fan of it. Like, the aftertaste tastes fake to me and the initial taste tastes like nothing.
But they don't make anything artificially there, so there's
I know
no
they
fake
but,
taste.
but I'm just saying that's what it tastes like. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that beer. I'll probably never order it from Pocock unless it's called Blue Milk. Then I have to.
Yeah, that was so good when it was blue.
Yeah.
The
The
color
initial-
was incredible when it
yeah,
was blue.
it was gorgeous.
Mhm.
The initial taste is so mild. I don't think it doesn't have flavor. I just think it has a really nice, gentle flavor.
Yeah.
It's the aftertaste that's
yeah, the
terrible.
aftertaste is weird. I have a story though.
Kate, before you do, Kate, what's your rating of this beer? 1
I
to
wouldn't
5.
order it.
She's giving it
Maybe
a
like
green.
a 2.5 maybe.
you go.
Okay, there you
I'd
go.
hit this at a 3. Shockingly, Untapped has this as a 3.71.
Really? That's a lot
That's
higher than
high.
I
Does
expected.
Pocock have anything under a 3.5 though?
Probably not.
I think people that go there are people that know what's up, and their beers
Yeah.
are mostly really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because I
Yeah.
don't think this is sold anywhere else other than like it's Pocock Brewing.
Speaking
No.
of people that irrationally hate Pocock Brewing Company for no reason, the Brew interviews,
They like Pocock.
they irrationally
they
hate
though?
them for no reason.
No, I
because
gave 'em-
all we
I
do
gave
is
'em
talk
beers.
about 'em.
I give them beers, and they like most of them. I don't think they like the nuptials very much, which I agree.
Yeah.
Nuptials is very unique.
Yeah. I'm going to be on their show next week.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That'll be great. That'll
Yeah.
be a lot of fun.
It'll be good. I get
Do you know
fi-
what you guys are discussing yet?
Not yet.
Okay,
but
cool.
I finally get to meet my my gay lover,
Yeah.
Lauren.
Are you going to try to put yourself in the running for the sperm donor?
Yes.
Yeah, that has to be brought
That's
up.
my number one goal.
Yeah, it's gonna
Oh,
happen.
geez.
It's gonna happen
Because when she sees my glorious, beautiful face and my crazy eye that points a different direction, she's going to be like, you know what I want in my child? Wonky eyes.
But you know what?
But you got them good genes.
I do have good genes.
Good
and
genes.
not just Wrangler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wear
Um,
strictly Levi's.
I do too. Actually.
Yeah.
I like them both.
My story is about a little guy you guys may have heard of called Mark Van Halen.
Mark Van Halen. This guy sounds familiar.
This
I believe
guy-
I heard this name
This
before.
guy sounds like he might be the lead singer of Van Halen.
Yeah,
Maybe.
definitely.
Maybe.
So on
That's
trivia,
hilarious.
on Trivia
I just got
Wednesday, the question was what? Who was the lead singer of Van Halen?
Yeah.
No, it was the second
Who
singer,
was
right?
the second
Second
singer
lead
of Van
singer of Van Halen. And we go, we know it's not Eddie Van Halen because he's the guitarist. And Cam specifically told us it's not Eddie Van Halen, trying
Yeah.
to insinuate that Van Halen isn't in the name of the
At all.
person who
Yeah.
it is. And we go, it's not Eddie Van Halen. Isn't like Mark Van Halen his brother or something?
Second cousin twice removed.
Yeah. And so we went with Mark Van Halen
Oh my
as our
God.
answer. And what was it? Tommy Lee Roth? Or
David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
You got up and was like, Mark Van Halen is
not the
not
answer.
a person.
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan.
And it wasn't even me. It was the other Jordan.
Oh, it was other Jordan?
It was
Yes.
other Jordan who thought that was real. And I was like, sure, I don't have anything, so
Oh,
why
God.
not?
Yeah, I think that was the worst answer I got
Oh,
over the
it
3
was
nights I did
so
trivia this week.
Funny. I love Mark
yeah,
Van Halen.
Mark Van Halen. Mark Van Halen curtsies.
Yeah,
when he
he's-
meets
he
George,
does,
George
yeah,
Washington.
which is also a bow. So
I love all the callbacks to previous episodes.
let's. I'll tell you guys something to ponder right now. Why is it called chili if it's hot?
It's made with chili powder. It has chili powder. That's a dehydrated version.
He had to fill in for Krieger.
Yeah, I had to do it.
Let's talk about what we're stoked on.
Okay.
While we haven't heard or seen it, there is something to perceive in level type and hype. Give us something to believe on. When they chose to focus emphasis, we're forming a hypothesis. But all we really know is that we're stoked on this, stoked on this, stoked on this.
So this is the part of the podcast where we talk about what we're stoked on this week in pop culture or in real life. This episode's going really long, by the way.
That's fine.
So maybe
It's fine.
we'll keep these stoked on this a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I'll go quick.
Yeah, so what are you guys stoked on this week?
I'm stoked on Big Mouth Season 3. Started
Boom.
watching that. Incredible. Already 8 episodes deep. It still has the same punch. Still hilarious. Incredible.
How many episodes does it have?
Don't
this
know.
season?
Didn't
10.
look.
I think it's 10.
Okay.
I think it is
Yeah.
10.
Okay. It's amazing.
I can't wait to start it. I haven't started it
It's
yet.
so hilarious. I've been dying the whole time. And Ryan Buds has been texting
Yep.
us in our group
Mhm.
chat. He loves it too.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I'm stoked on is that I'm going to be carving pumpkins tonight with my roommate and his girlfriend.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Pumpkin carving.
Yeah, so that'll be cool.
I'm not carving pumpkins this year. We're painting.
That'll be
Ooh.
fun.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
I hate gutting the pumpkins. It's so messy
And
and just
gooey.
takes
The
so
texture
long.
of it is disgusting.
I just don't like because like I'm so OCD that I'm like I don't want it to get anywhere, so I'm very like particular. So I'm like I will
Wait,
paint.
so you don't make pumpkin seeds every year?
My mom does,
Oh, okay.
so I go get them from her.
Okay.
I love pumpkin seeds.
You're so funny.
Yeah,
I make
Kate-
chili lime pumpkin seeds at my house.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds
they're really good.
I'll get some of those from you later.
Yeah, I'll bring some.
Kate, what are you stoked on this week?
I am stoked on the new Breaking Bad.
Have you
just
watched
took
it?
mine. We just watched
Sorry,
it this
we
morning.
just-
Tell me.
We we watched it
don't
this
tell me.
morning,
I haven't watched it yet either.
And I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, is there another one? He's like, it's just a movie. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, snap. I thought it was episodes.
And they're showing at AMC theaters because
it is so good.
stupid me didn't realize that AMC theaters and AMC television show are the same company.
Oh,
God
geez.
damn it,
So,
Jordan.
yeah.
It is such a... If anyone's... Well, obviously people listening, but
If
watch
anyone's
it.
listening,
Watch it. It is so
All 6 of you.
good. No more than 6 people listening
Yeah,
to
7.
This, but
that's a great one. El Camino. So that's a good
watch
one.
it.
Joe now has to come up with one.
Sorry.
On the
Yeah,
spot.
that was mine. El Camino is officially released, the Breaking Bad film. We have watched it. It is actually pretty good.
Yeah?
There are a gajillion cameos in it.
Awesome.
Oh,
You're
sweet.
going to see so many familiar faces
We already
from
know
the
Skinny
Breaking
Pete
Bad
shows up
series.
because he's in the trailer.
He's in the trailer.
Right,
What
so-
would you rank it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Ooh, 10. It was
10.
Oh,
so
okay.
the action in
I-
it, I love it. Sorry, go ahead.
I would not go that high.
No?
Really?
Did you think it was as good as a TV show or not as good as a TV show?
Not as good as the TV show, but this it basically gives you more closure than anything.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Because to answer your question, Cam, I would put this somewhere around a 7, maybe like a 6.8, 6.97 ish, even a
You've offended
7.1,
Kate.
2.
Well, that's what I expected with the film.
So
I loved
it's very much a closure thing because it takes place almost directly after the last episode of Breaking
So
Bad.
So, like, as Aaron Paul's driving away.
Yeah,
is that
directly
where it
after
takes
his
off?
manic laughing
It-
moment.
It's literally after the last episode of Breaking Bad. This movie
Nice.
starts.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
And it's all Jesse Pinkman's story.
Amazing.
Nice.
But there's
Captain
tons
Crunch.
of cameos, and it's for anyone who's a big Breaking Bad fan is gonna love this movie.
Does Tuco Salamanca come back
No,
from the dead?
I'm pretty sure he's
Is he a
dead.
zombie in it?
no.
That would be an amazing movie.
Though there are a lot of cameos from people who are dead.
Yes.
Oh.
So I'm guessing we're getting Mike Ehrmantraut back then, probably.
And some Gus
So-
Fring.
Fan favorite. Ooh.
So the
Gus
way that-
Fring.
the way
and
they
Bell
do
guy.
Oh, yeah.
I forget. his
Whatever
name.
Salamanca?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Potato.
It's not Hector.
Grandpa.
It was Hector.
Yeah, it was
it
Hector
Hector
Salamanca.
Yeah.
Salamanca?
Yeah.
Oh, because it was Tuco
Yeah.
Salamanca
Yeah.
and Hector Salamanca.
Mhm.
Yeah, either way, it plays with time, so it goes back.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
So what things that you would think maybe were like deleted scenes or something from Breaking Bad, you'll see in this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's when he threw the tacos on the roof after the pizza.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sick.
And
man.
then when Skylar comes out and she's like, damn, I don't want that pizza, but them tacos.
Yeah.
And then that
Yeah.
10-pack from Taco Bell.
yeah, exactly. Give me them Doritos Locos.
Remember Skylar's catchphrase, I love tacos?
Yeah.
And then the laugh track would come on in that show?
Yeah, and then Finn came out,
Jordan.
saw it was breakfast on the roof, saw
Oh, yeah.
pancakes. He was like, oh, gotta get it.
Yeah, he was like, I love tacos.
Did they make the bacon into a number up there too?
Yeah.
All right, so that's a good one. Mine is for all the Trekkies out there because Piccard is coming out soon, but they just released a trailer for Piccard, and it has a lot of old fan favorites from the Next Generation, like Riker and Data. But my favorite from Voyager, because I love Voyager and most people don't, is 7 of 9 shows up. Everyone at the podcast right now is looking at me with blank stares because they have no clue what I'm talking about.
I
But
have no idea what
listeners
you're
out
talking
there
about.
may know Jerry Ryan is 7 of 9. She's from the Borg. They got reacclimated back into human culture. She's in the trailer. I love 7 of 9. Picard. There you go. Sir Patrick Stewart.
Cam, what's the extent of your Star Trek watching?
Nothing.
Not
I
even
told him-
movies, recent movies.
I told them
anything?
we need to watch some of the old movies, some of Next Gen, and then that's it.
I'm open to it. I
I've
just
watched
never
a
got
few
into it.
Star Trek episodes.
From which series?
Hell if I know.
Who
Did it
was
have
it?
Patrick
Who
Stewart?
was in it? Patrick Stewart,
Or William
Shatner, a girl as the captain.
Patrick Stewart plays not Magneto, plays Professor Xavier in the original
Bald
X-Men.
guy.
Bald guy.
Was the captain a bald guy?
English accent?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yes, he was in that.
So Next
So it's
Gen.
Next Gen.
That's
Okay.
the best series they've
yeah.
made. Is
I think
Next
I
Gen.
watched like 4 episodes, like in a row though, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to keep watching it.
As a Star Wars fan, when I was a kid, and I was like, you get like pinned into that war. Like, which one? You can only like one of them.
Yeah, Star
right?
Wars. Or
Star Wars
Trek.
was my thing, and so
Same.
I was like, I'll be Star Wars only. And then like I have always been open to trying it because I
Yeah.
love science fiction. I know that it's supposed to be really cerebral and really great and like a whole bunch of stuff like that. And so like now that sounds like it's more my style.
Yeah.
But I just haven't done
Well,
it yet.
Star Wars
Well-
is for the normies, and Star Trek's for the intellectual shorties.
Which is why I God damn it.
Well, I'll say this with the caveat that I never watched the series,
Yeah.
any of the series, never watched original movies, anything like that. The only thing I have seen of Star Trek are the recent adaptations of the movies,
They're good.
which I will say are pretty damn good. They're excellent. If anything, as maybe like as a starting point,
Yeah,
to
they're
have
good.
Cam watch
they're,
those.
They're
Okay.
a fine starting point. They literally are nothing like any of the other stuff of the show, except for Discovery is kind of like it.
But it at
everything
least
else isn't.
introduces you to characters, everyone's position, and kind of like what the feel of
It's
Star Trek
more,
is.
but it's more like a what if. Because they mess with the actual storyline of where people are in the
Oh,
original
yeah,
series,
especially in
the
that second one.
movies. Yeah, so it's a little bit different. But
I
yeah,
don't
they play.
remember what
they
they're called.
They
What
play
are they called?
sabotage a lot in that movie. What do you mean?
Yeah, they do play sabotage a lot. What? So the first one was Star Trek. What was the second one?
Into Darkness. Third one was called Beyond.
Right, and then there was supposed to be a fourth one, but it ended up getting canceled.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
either.
I mean, I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah, you
like,
should.
I'm not turned off by it.
Yeah.
Zachary Quinto made the best Spock, second to
Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, he's great. All right, so we're gonna jump past random question. That's gonna be in Wreck My Patreon. So
Cool.
if you want to hear that, go check that out. Also, I have a conspiracy corner. I'm gonna talk about Taylor Swift. So we'll talk about that in Wreck My Patreon as well. $1 a month at our Patreon will get you that content. Oh, and just so you know the question, for random question, if you want to pay us $1, it's what constitutes a salad. So we're going to be talking about that soon.
Another one of these.
But what we're going to do is trivia, and since Kreger is a dick and didn't show up and I'm going to have to fill in for him, even though I want to be vying for the title, I'm not going to be able to. But right now, we have... coming to the ring at 340 pounds.
Operated boy sitting on the
It's for the title.
190 pounds.
What? No, 390 pounds
190 pounds. He's
from
lost-
from the Queen City.
not from the Queen City.
What is the Queen City?
I've actually
Charlotte, North
yeah,
Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
I
I've
thought it was
actually
London.
lost 25 pounds in the last 5
Good
months.
job.
Yeah, thank you.
Damn, not being able to
meth-
afford food suits you.
I was
I know,
going to
it's
say
great.
meth is great.
Yeah, one meal a day
you did-
and no beers when I get home.
You didn't have happy birthday, right?
No, we're gonna have that for the Patreon content.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Patreon content. So I have questions here. Kate, you are my proxy. So if Kate wins, I get the title.
Okay.
Interesting. I like that.
She's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
scat bitch.
But I don't. It's
She's like,
it's so here's the problem. I don't have multiple choice because I was going to
Ooh.
use this on a Ryan Buds podcast that we didn't end up doing, and it's Terminator.
Okay,
Trivia.
oh,
Jordan,
I'm so in.
you're gonna lose right now.
That's fine. That's fine. I figured. So
Oh, does this mean the title can't? I don't know. Cam can pull one out of his ass.
Cam
He
might
does
be able
that.
to.
He's like, oh man.
So here's the thing.
He's going through all the Terminator movies.
Here's the thing.
I haven't
I'm
seen
not
these
going to
movies
be
since I was
able.
like 11.
I'm not going to be able. Here, can you give me?
Wait, is this the whole franchise or like the
whole
first one?
whole
the second
franchise.
one?
Can you do score
score.
for me there? So here's the deal. I'm not going to give you multiple choice, which means if you don't get the question right, the point doesn't go to me because I feel like that might be a thing
if
that goes
there's
to
not
me a
multiple
lot.
choice, you're right.
So I think that the point just dies if someone doesn't answer correctly. So
if you would have had multiple choice, you might have
maybe
had more of a luck
maybe,
of you winning.
but I didn't plan that far
That's
ahead.
okay.
So question number 1.
Okay.
In the Terminator, what year is it in the future scenes? I'll give you multiple choice for this. Is it 2019, 2029, 2039, or 2049?
Cam, 2029.
He got it right.
That's what I was gonna say.
There you go.
have to say your name first. I
2029.
forgot.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you do have to say your name first.
That's how
Sorry.
you buzz in.
Question 2. What? Oh, I should probably move. What job does Sarah Connor have in the Terminator?
Oh shoot.
I'll give multiple choice for this. Is it bank teller? Is it drive-through salesperson? Is it waitress? Or
Joe.
is it?
It's a waitress.
It is a waitress. Question.
When you said drive-through, it threw me off because I was like, is she?
Well, no, there
well,
is
he
a
kills.
drive-through
Yeah,
scene
yeah,
where
yeah.
Yeah.
he sees a Sarah
Yeah.
Connor there, and he goes like, "You're not the right
That's
one."
kind of
but-
what I
Yep.
was going for.
Yep.
What company built the defense computer?
Cam.
that-
Skynet.
No. What company builds Skynet, the defense computer that becomes self-aware and started the war between humans and machines? I'm not giving multiple choice for this because everyone should know this.
I don't know this.
Wait a minute, what company?
What company?
What movie does this come from? Two? There's
Viacom.
Dyson works there, the black guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Dyson, the vacuum.
Yeah. And also, if you ever rode the Terminator movie, rode the Terminator ride at Universal, their company name is freaking everywhere in that ride.
It's not ringing a bell for me.
All right.
I know the app. That
I have no idea.
Was
No,
in the most
nothing?
recent, but
All right.
no.
It's Cyberdyne Systems.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Question 4. What is the model number of the antagonist Terminator in T2?
Joe,
Yeah,
the T-1000.
that is correct.
Oh, you son of a bee.
All right. Number 5. What do humans use to spot Terminators?
What do humans use to spot Terminators?
Mm-hmm.
Cam, their eyes.
Nope.
That's a good answer.
Good
though.
answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
To spot Terminators, what do humans use?
There's a specific thing they use because Terminators have the living tissue over metal endoskeleton. So they use something to help find.
Cam, a metal detector.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
No.
Cam, sonar.
I don't. You're done.
Cam, big old bag of loose jelly beans.
Because if they want them, they're a Terminator.
Yeah. Cam,
or Ronald Reagan.
Cam, colonoscopy camera.
Yes. Any
I actually
guesses?
don't know.
No
I don't-
guesses? Dogs.
Oh.
I
What
didn't-
movie is this?
I was thinking animals.
I guess
but
it's
wasn't
all of them,
sure.
prevalent.
Yeah. It's in T2, I think.
Yeah.
But they use dogs to decipher
Like
which
smell 'em
ones.
out?
Yeah, smell them out. Yep. All right. Number 6, I think. What does Sarah Connor carve into a park bench?
Joe,
Yeah.
the words "no fate but what you make."
It's no fate, but that's the saying. As she says, there's no fate but what we make for our
But
own.
it's
And then
actually
she
no fate.
carves in
But
no,
no
fate.
fate.
So I'll give it to him. I'll give it to
Yeah,
him.
buddy.
All right, number 7. Complete this statement. I need your clothes, your boots, and your blank.
Joe, your motorcycle.
That's it.
Son of a bitch.
Motorcycle.
your clothes.
I knew that.
Boots and your motorcycle.
The
I
thing that
remember
you
that one.
posted in the Running Man episode where it's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, that band.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I've listened to that so many times. It cracks me up every single time.
Do you know who that band is?
No.
So it's called Austrian Death Machine, and it's Tim Lambesis from As I Lay Dying. It's
it
just
really?
him that made all the music and everything. Yeah,
It's
every
not
song,
bad either.
Every song it has to do with a line from an Arnold movie. So there's like
That's
Get to the
crazy.
Chopper. There's it's not a tumor. There's also See You at the Party, Richter. So it's the most amazing thing ever, and they do a cover of Jingle Bells for some
Sick.
reason.
Because he was in
Jingle All the Way.
That's it. All right. So number.
Put that cookie down.
They have a song called "If It Jiggles, It's Fat."
Who's your daddy and what
yes,
does he
they
do?
have that song. Who's your daddy and what does he do? So
I gotta look this up.
Oh, it's so good. I have both albums.
Do you
It's
guys
great.
know about SpongeCore?
Is that SpongeBob doing hardcore music?
It's hardcore with SpongeBob sound bites.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I'd be in.
it's
We should watch
amazing.
that.
That's
Yeah,
great.
SpongeBob is incredible.
So number 8, what is the 4th Terminator movie subtitled? Terminator : what?
4. Cam, Days of Future Past.
No. Great crossover there.
Thank you. Cam,
Joe's trying real
more
hard.
Terminator
Joe's
than
more
before.
Ter-
He's thinking about it.
Because I know which ones it's not.
Yeah.
I know what it is, and I know this is the one with Christian Bale, but I can't remember what the hell it's called. And I
Terminator
can remember
what?
everything around it.
Oh no.
Terminator Genesis.
No, that's
Nope,
the last
that's the
one
newest
with
one.
Oh,
Amelia
damn it.
Clark.
Terminator.
Oh my gosh, it has Christian
Exodus.
Bale. That's what I was thinking, but I don't
Nope.
think that's it. 'cause
Terminator.
it's Genesis.
Leviticus.
You guys are going on the right track though.
Terminator Revelation.
Proverbs. No. Song of Solomon.
Yeah.
Actually, Terminator Revelations is not the right answer.
No.
No.
It's Terminator Salvation.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's the only one I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I remembered all of them.
So-
I've only seen the first 2 Terminator
So
films.
number
Right, me
9.
too.
So number 9. Who played Sarah Connor in Terminator Genesis?
Oh, jeez.
Joe.
Yeah.
Amelia Clark.
Yep, he just said
Son
it.
of a
I
bitch.
know, that's why I said, oh,
said
jeez.
Yeah.
And then number 10, what is the score? Joe won.
I have 5. Cam has one. Kate has nothing.
I have none.
I'm bringing trivia next week again.
Yeah,
Or I have the money in the bank. What disease did Sarah Connor die from in Rise of the Machines?
Cancer.
Leukemia.
Yeah, yay, leukemia.
Yeah.
No,
there
that's
you go.
terrible.
No, it's fine. It's
It
fake.
killed Sarah
Leukemia is
Connor.
not real.
Hit me with my pony boy.
Yeah.
So, Joe, we have the 1, 2, 3. Cam just lost the title to Joe, Ponyboy Kubis. He has the title, and we're done with this episode. So go check out us on Wreck My Patreon if you want to hear more. Where's my plugs? Where are they?
In the top drawer next to your bed.
Oh. All the ways to follow and support us are in the show notes below, so go check that out. If you leave us a review, we'll give you a sticker as well as a nude picture. While you're out there supporting us, here's a few other ways. I won't actually send you a nude picture.
I'll do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Using the plugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you're out there supporting us, here's a few other ways to do it. Our Redbubble store.
Sick.
Buy some merch. Also, Amazon link on wreckmypodcast.com. Doesn't cost you anything, but really helps us out. Patreon, $1 a month gets you access to our Wreck My Patreon content, as well as some other fun things and tiers. Thank you to Ben from Petrified Gumbo Music for making our Stoked On This song. Check out petrifiedgumbomusic.com to hit him up. We have episodes come out every Wednesday. This week we're talking about Creep and Creep 2 for Halloween.
Ooh, it's going to be great.
It's going to be so good. Mondays we have episodes like this. We also have a Wreck My Taste Buds coming out next week, so go check that out. Thank you to my guests for being here. Thank you, Kate, for filling in.
Of course.
And finally, thank you to our listeners, because without you, we wouldn't have any reason to hang out around a table every week. Goodbye.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.
I like and I love you all.
Yeah, I think this is good. Do you know what that tastes like?
What does it taste like?
Razzles with vanilla.
Yeah,
they
it
do.
totally does.
Okay, I can hear myself for sure now.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like we're all at a pretty good volume
Yeah, I think
right
we sound
now.
pretty good.
A little bit higher.
That's. I mean, we're not peaking, and
Yeah.
we know to pull away when we're going to
Check,
be
check,
loud.
check. 1, 2.
feel
Oh, I
like
think that my
you're really
voice
loud.
is so freaking loud all the time.
Yeah, it's just because you have a deep, sexy baritone.
Hey there, ladies and gentlemen.
Here, let's all talk, see how Jordan is with all
Check,
of us.
check.
Yeah, I think if Jordan and I are, if all of us are talking,
Yeah, I should
we'll
Yeah,
probably
I
turn
feel-
Cam down
it should
just
be
a
good.
tad, only
Yeah.
because your voice comes through very deep
And
as
I
well.
speak
Yeah.
very softly,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. And that one has to be up normally more because of Krager anyway, so.
Because he's, yeah, he's
Oh, he
talking.
trails off and mumbles so much. You know what I didn't bring?
Baba.
Didn't bring glasses.
Well,
Yeah, we have
we'll have to
cans.
drink out of the can. Sorry.
You gotta.
Oh, good thing that wasn't open. I did that at my desk the other day with tea.
Did you just spill it everywhere?
Spilled on all the CDs, so I had to go through every CD and pat
Pat
it
'em dry? Oh, that
it was
sucks.
awful. All right, let's go into this bad boy.
Okay.